A standoff is brewing between the University of the West Indies, Mona, and the nursing students over the request for them to sign a waiver which would remove liability from the institution should the nurses contract COVID-19. Now, the nurses are to resume the clinical portion of their assessment, which was halted because of COVID, and the university is asking them to sign the waiver or take leave of absence. The two-page document entitled COVID-19 Release of Liability Assumption of Risk and Commitment to Take All Precautions is now causing even more distress for the nursing students who are already concerned about how they will complete their program. The document indemnifies the UWI, the University Hospital of the West Indies, other approved clinical sites and linked parties in the event that a student contracts the virus. Now, while participation in clinical rotation is mandatory for the program completion, the document states that participation during this time of pandemic is voluntary. It says students who do not wish to sign should take a leave of absence. Campus Registrar for the UWI Mona campus, Dr. Donovan Stanberry, says the waiver was formulated out of a request for indemnity by the respective institutions.
We have looked on the agreement and we have sought to make some adjustments to it that will give the students a greater level of comfort. The essence of it is that by signing the indemnity forms, we are not saying that we are throwing the students to the wolves. So we are working with the students. We have sought to give them some amount of personal protection, equipment, gloves and masks.
The students are now left with not many options, but as indicated by Attorney-at-Law Nicole Gordon on Radio Jamaica's That's a Wrap program, there are a number of questions to be answered, especially in light of the leave of absence option.
If you seek the leave of absence, what happens? Is there going to be a prorating of your fees? What are the details of that kind of arrangement? And would it also mean that for the year they would be receiving the monies that they had paid, since they will not be able to benefit for the tutelage and the clinicals that they had believed that they would have received from their payment? That is the part of the contract for which the university is responsible. So, all of those questions have to be asked. If I were the student, I would approach it with much trepidation, and I would be very, very, very apprehensive about signing any such waiver.
However, Dr. Stanberry indicated how they got to this point.
The program should have started last week, Monday, in terms of them going back into the hospitals. It was at that point we realized that the hospital is requesting this indemnification. We engage our students. In fact, we had a town hall with them on Friday from the Faculty of Medical Sciences, from the nursing school, from our legal office. And we ventilated all the issues. They were able to ask all the questions. And so they would have to sign to start the program on Monday. Time is of essence because they have their regional exam to do in October.
Our news team spoke to the UWI Guild President, Sujay Boswell. He noted that the issue has been brought to his attention and a meeting is being sought with the UWI administration to highlight the concerns.